Good morning, everyone. So today we will continue our exploration of veganism and the different aspects of it, the related aspects. So we saw veganism from an animal rights perspective, health perspective, sustainability perspective. Um, uh, and today, so we are going to see veganism and social justice. What is the relation between the vegan lifestyle and social justice? Actually, there's a very big relation. Um, so it's um, so it's not only about animal rights and all what we talked about, but really it's also from a human perspective. It plays a big role. So it touches issue of poverty, labor exploitation, environmental racism, public health, and human dignity. And of course, alongside the compassion for animals. So we will discuss this in this presentation. But then we will see indeed that it goes far, far behind what we put on our plates, the food that we eat. It's not. We have to think about where it comes from, who is supporting it, who is working in those places, why it is as it is, why is there environmental racism, what's the relation with human dignity and exploitation, etc. So we find that the most vulnerable among us, so both human and non-humans, bear the heaviest burdens related to all the animal agriculture. Let's start. So one of the first major issue is who lives near animal farms. One moment, please. Sorry about that. So who lives near animal farms? Mainly low-income communities and communities of color. And why is that? Because they have less power to kind of also political power to stop the animal farms from abusing their homes, their places, in so many ways. One major way is, for example, the odor, the smell of living near those farms, because they have a lot of manure like when they live there, and even the manure is spread on the ground just next to their house, and that is really terrible. Because the smell is absolutely atrocious, and these communities, they don't have any choice but to live next to it. And it's not only the smell, of course. It makes them sick. All their families get sick, and there's nothing. Nothing they can do. They have no political power, no financial resources to fight back, to go to court, or at least it's a limited resources. And of course, the animal agriculture will choose really good places for them to put their animal farm, so that that would be the case, so that nobody could sue them, and they will be free to do what they wish. And of course, it's a question of money, a lot of money for the animal agriculture. And where does this money comes from? It's not only from like selling meat, but they receive extremely large subsidies from the government, because otherwise they would not be profitable. So yeah. And what I propose today as the video to watch is Cowspiracy. It's one of the best documentaries from environmental perspective, sustainability. That's really wonderful. I don't know if you have seen it. If not, I would recommend highly to look at it today. It can be seen on Netflix, and also it can be like downloaded, but it's not for free for now, at least. And if it's not on Netflix, then need to buy it on their site. But yes, if you have Netflix, then please watch it. It's wonderful. Cowspiracy. It's in the notes of this video, of this live. So as we said, there's the toxic air quality from many chemicals that they spread on their animals' barns and places around it, and a lot of it from manure that is not treated. So the manure is like spread all over the land, even like in the eyes of all the residents, that they can see that. And there is also contaminated water from again the manure runoff, because there's no sanity, nothing to sanitize, because it would cost too much money. So they just spread the manure all around their place, and that of course spills down into the water, into the drinking water, and it poisoning the sources. So it creates serious health conditions. So there's a lot of them, like asthma, respiratory diseases, headaches, nausea. And they have to live with it. If we think if we could ourselves live in such condition, it would be very hard. And that is called environmental racism. So yes, and in Cowspiracy, if I remember well, there was one part where the producer of this documentary, he goes indeed into a house of like a family living near such. It was a like a big farm just next to them, and then he discussed this with them, and and then they show him what's happening and what is the truth in that condition. But we are not aware of it when we eat like pigs. We are not aware of what's happening behind the scene, and that is social justice. That is or injustice that very few are aware when we eat meat every single day. And that people, a lot of people, a lot of humans, not only animals, they suffer. Yeah, so we already talked about that the smell that no one talks about. They have to live with their windows shut tight. They cannot play, I mean, the children cannot safely play outside without being exposed to that poisoned air, and then get sick, get headaches, nausea, and of course their quality of life diminish dramatically, and nothing they can do about it. So that is quite sad. So it's a violation of basically basic dignity, basically human rights, and no no political like rescue to them, unfortunately. So another issue is that the slaughterhouse workers, for them, it's well, it's one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, and there's a lot of issues there. So it's very dangerous physically. There's a lot of machines, a lot of sharp blades, and slippery floors, and then it can be emotionally traumatic to work there. So killing animals every single day, like I don't know how many per person per day, but it must be quite a lot of them. Just seeing killing all the time, that must take a very very profound toll. And there's also, of course, high injury rates with of all kinds of and I mean, how could it not be dangerous? I mean, it's like first they have to kill the animals, and then all those blades all the time. Yeah. So those workers that work them, they not necessarily want to work there. It's like they cannot, they don't have a choice, basically. And it can create a lot of psychological trauma. Um, that continues even a long time after they stopped working there. So and then yes, who is working there? So there are many immigrants, and so who cannot really talk freely because they fear deportation if they speak up about the unsafe conditions. People with criminal records, so they have hard time finding jobs, and that is a job uh, that would like accept them. Those are very poor, and then they've again no choice of but working there. Um, yeah, and then they go work there, but there's no other jobs for them basically. So it's not by choice, but by necessity that they have to live there. Um, I do not know if it is like that in the whole world. Maybe not everywhere. But in the US at least, it is like that. Um, I believe, and probably many other countries as well. Um, yeah. So yes, so what happens to all those people who work there? Then it's really a very very big trauma. Um, One can think about this like people who have to kill, see blood every day, and the human being is by default a sensitive and compassionate person. So having to see so much violence day after day after day, this is not good. This is not good at all, and it can lead to so PTSD like symptoms, depression, anxiety, and substance abuse and violence. So this is the consequence of working in such environment, and yeah, they cannot do much about it. Um, yeah, again, and then there was like studies that looked at what happens in communities next to those places, and they found out that those places have a lot more domestic violence, substance abuse, and addiction, violent crimes, and just social deterioration and community breakdown, which one can then explain why those places are not like inside in the middle of a city. I mean, I think probably most of them are like hidden and behind. Even if they are in the city, they will be behind like closed doors, closed windows, so that nobody sees that. I think there's a saying like if slaughterhouses had transparent windows, then everybody would be vegan. I'm not sure if that is be the case, but it would probably disgust many more people, and probably many more people would ask themselves questions about the origin of what they eat. Um, so veganism is about solidarity. Vegan lifestyle is an act of solidarity to all those who suffer under those conditions, um, and for different types of people. So the non-human animals, that goes without saying. Then there's the exploited workers, um, those who cannot find any work in other places, and then they have to work there because they have no choice. So that is a big injustice. Then there's the polluted communities, yeah, and the marginalized populations. So yeah, so there's like no one should suffer, so others can profit. So yeah, the animal agriculture, the lobby is extremely powerful, and not much that people can do. If people cannot find jobs anywhere because of whatever past they are, or if they're poor, then then what can they do? I think that there is a wonderful vegan like a restaurant chain in the United States. It's fairly new, I believe, where it's all the contrary. It's quite amazing. For example, they accept people who were in prison before. So quite the percentage of people that work there, it's a social like that is a social justice for justice where they accept people who have issues finding jobs, if they were in prison or if they are poor. Um, and then that is absolutely amazing. Um, or if they had certain abuse, still they will accept them to work there. And that's the all contrary to the animal agriculture way of doing, which, this is all based on violence, basically. Based on violence and no choice. And it's an injustice, social injustice, very, very big one. So if we don't want to contribute to that, it's very easy. Just we have to stop consuming the products that come from such places. And what product come from? I mean, product. I say on quotation mark products. I like meat because for me, animals are not products, but that's what currently in this world is considered products. Like animals are not considered as having any or much rights. Like they have basic rights, of course, but ridiculously low. Um, Only pets, only our companions, animal companions have rights, like animals, and I mean like dogs and cats. Like if one would hurt an animal, I mean a dog or a cat, like our dog or cat, we would be furious, of course, and for right reason. I mean, we could surely go to court and win without everybody who would agree with us, judges, everyone, the entire population could go in the news and everything. But we don't think that other animals have such rights, so only the one that we consider as our own companions, dogs and cats, but pigs, cows, um, foxes, rabbits, even some dogs that are used for testing purposes. I think beagles. So we uh, we yeah. I mean, it's a bit crazy when we think about it. What this world is sometimes upside down, but it's very easy to snap out of it, of that dream, that illusion. Simply, we should just stop consuming animal products, and we can very extremely easily do that nowadays, especially all time. Also, it could be done without issue. So, if we can do it, then why not? So we fight for a more just future, a more compassionate world, more compassion everywhere. To stop, I mean, we support exploitation-free food, and that cannot come from the animal agriculture for sure. We try to protect communities. We try to give work that is dignified, not jobs that require killing and violence and leads to a lot of mental health issues. And we try to support compassionate policies. So policies from the government, from the union, so from the European Union, for example, that would help not only the animals but also from a social justice point of view. So, for example, that I don't know that I mean that animal farms cannot live near poor people, or I mean that, in my opinion, it shouldn't even exist. Those animal farms, uh, yeah. But this world, it is what it is. One day it will be different. I hope. So the future, yeah, the future is a good future is possible. Um, we can begin right now, today, and we start with ourselves. I mean, the only one that we can really influence, the only one, the single one person that we can 100% influence is ourselves. So if we don't contribute to that, then at least there is one less person contributing to those injustices, and that's very powerful. Um, why do the animal agriculture exist? Of course, there's a lot of um, like corruption, lobbying from the also government who supports them a lot. But number one reason is because we contribute to them. We support them by buying meat, fish, eggs, dairy, butter, cheese. By buying those, then we support those industries, and we don't have to. So we are free to choose. We are living, thinking beings, so we can choose if we want to support these industries or not, and it's up to us. So let's choose kindness and compassion rather than violence. So easy. So that is, yeah, that was the last slide um, for today. So today we saw about the social justice issues. Um, I mean, there are probably quite a few more, but those are some of the big ones. And yeah, they've been proven true. I mean, you can watch documentaries. It's always good to watch documentaries and to really get inspired by those. See the truth, not hide behind past habits, um, like the habit of, yeah, of not wanting to know. Sometimes I think many of us, we just don't want to know those things, but we should, and there's no reason not to. And nowadays, there's no reason to consume all those products. It's very easy to get everything that we need from plant-based. Um, Even like vegan meats, they are much better than animals meats. They are considered vegan like junk food. I don't like this word, really, junk food, um, because they're not junk. They are made out of plants. Okay, they contain maybe a lot of ingredients, but that doesn't mean they are junk. And they are infinitely better than the animal side, and they taste basically the same, or more or less the same. It's just a habit of changing, being brave enough to try it out, to change the habits, to go against the ingrained way. Um, it does need some courage, of course, um, because when we go vegan, we go usually we may be the first in our family to go vegan or whole food or plant based, and then we can think, oh, we cannot eat anymore with them or anything. That's not true. There's always, I mean, you can always prepare. plant-based for ourselves and for our family. Mostly they will accept without issues. But maybe we don't want to feel a bit separated. That's understandable, but there's a bigger issue here, issues. So we need to do what is right, what is just, and we should stop contributing to those industries, for sure. So yes, so that was basically it. Please watch Cowspiracy, then you will understand it a bit better from really an investigative documentary. Um, yeah, so we discussed quite a few topics related to the vegan lifestyle. We saw it's not only about animals, but many other things as well, other topics, other issues. And yeah, so next time, like tomorrow, I think I will discuss it from more maybe the yoga perspective or the spiritual perspective, karma perspective, which is quite important. Also, not as important as all that, because if we talk about like spiritual side, some people do not believe in spirituality or in religions, and that's okay. Um, but yeah, it's maybe a bit more abstract if we say about karma, like when we eat or kill animals, then we create a lot of big karma. Then that may sound a bit superficial. Maybe people don't believe in karma. What does it even mean? But of course, it does exist. It's like as you sow, so shall you reap. There is a balance. When we throw a ball on the wall, it will, a tennis ball at least, it will bounce back at us at more or less the same power and same speed as we threw it. So that is basically the idea behind karma and all those. But we will discuss it in later lectures. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening, for being here, and for having compassionate hearts. And now let's go to our daily practice. Okay, so welcome again. So let's start with our daily routine. So if you have been following it, you will already know the routine more or less. So first we start with a prayer, just to set the mood of the morning, of the practice, and of the all day. So we say prayer just to. It's not necessarily a prayer. It's like an affirmation or something positive, or wishful thinking, good thinking, positive thinking. To try to bring some positivity into our day. So let's start. You don't need to do again what I say, what I do. If you wish, you can say after me or in your mind or out loud. But you can pray in your own way, and that's okay. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will show gratitude for many blessings. And just for today, I will be kind to all living beings. May today be a joyful, peaceful, blissful, and magical day. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and deeds contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace to all of nature, peace to all living beings, to all humans, to all animals, and finally peace to ourselves, to our own mind. Om. Um, yeah. So in the end, if you notice, in all yoga, in many yoga classes, we end with Om Shanti 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 He, Om Peace Peace Peace. We say it 3 times. And why do we do that? Well, it's always good to repeat. That's one thing. But also, the idea is that we say one time, we wish peace to all of nature, so that nature will be kind to us and to our community and to the world. To avoid like natural disasters and things like that. And then we say second piece, that's for all living beings, so all the humans and the animals, so that they will live in peace and will not harm each other or ourselves or us. And finally, we say peace to ourselves, to our own mind, so that we are at peace. That may, all of three are important. Basically, we want peace in all the world. In all, we don't want wars, humans against humans. Nobody wants war, and we don't also want wars between humans and animals. But humans are stronger than animals, unfortunately, so that animals cannot protect themselves. So animals are extremely vulnerable and they need us to be compassionate beings. Animals, in an ideal world, animals would be relying on us. Animals would look at us as the most friendly race species on the planet. In an ideal world, we would be helping all the animals thrive. We would be planting trees all over the world. We would not be cutting, deforesting this world like we do. Yeah, in an ideal world, animals would be seen as a complete being. A full being, like a full person, like a person's. They will not be hurt by humans. Humans would protect them. In an ideal world, all would be vegan. So easy. Veganism is not a religion. Again, just to emphasize it. It is something extraordinary. It's one of the most important movements in the whole of humanity's history. For me, it's even more important than all the spiritual movements. Even if there was no religions, no spiritual guides, no masters, no mystics, if everybody was vegan, it would be a wonderful world and filled with happiness, kindness, compassion, sincerity, true love, bliss. It would be a naturally spiritual world without even calling it that way. So a vegan ideal world is a heavenly world. One could say that spiritual guides and mystics, they come here just to try to awaken our compassion and kindness. And yes, and they it's not easy for them. We don't listen a lot usually. Maybe a little bit more today than in the past. I'm not sure, but maybe a little bit, because there's a lot of technology that we can use to tell things as they are now through the internet, through YouTube, to really tell the truth as it is. In the past, it was more easy to hide it. Not so long, not so much today. But still, a lot of it is hidden. So the animal agriculture is extremely powerful, and they don't want anyone to come between them and the profit. So it's all about money. It's not that they want us to be healthy or anything. They just want a lot of money for some select group of people. And it's up to us to accept it or not. So, and a simple way to rebel against it is just to stop contributing to it. I know I repeat myself, but I'm just trying to. Repetition is often a good thing. Trying to repeat it from a different perspective. So seeing, like, when we look at any piece of art or any object, we can look at it from all directions. They will all look a bit different. We are looking at the same object, but we see a different perspective. So that's why I'm trying to show this or the idea of this lifestyle from different point of views. Trying to I don't know if I can say that way, but maybe to awaken humanity's heart a little bit in my small kind of way. I cannot do everything, but we can do a little bit. There's a lovely vegan like activist, an amazing woman called Colleen Patrick Goudreau, and she said, "Don't do nothing, because you can do everything. Do something, anything," which is a wonderful quote from her, meaning that all of us should do our bit. I mean, we can do whatever we can do. We cannot do everything. We cannot convert the world into compassion. We cannot stop wars. As it is, we cannot go and say stop. If there's a dictator, we say stop. Don't do that. It just doesn't work that way. It needs the entire community, entire countries to unite help um, other beings or other countries in difficulties. But we can do, at least from our side, we can do a little bit. We can do something. For example, we can switch to a vegan lifestyle, for example, and that has a lot of ripple effect. That helps so many animals, and your family, our families, they see that we are vegan, and they will be influenced. They may not go vegan, maybe they will go vegetarians. Our coworkers will see how we behaved, and they will also be influenced. They may not say it, but they will be a little bit influenced at least. We can create videos on YouTube or Instagram or any other um, media to help spread the positive, kind, compassionate message. We can create animal sanctuaries, which is absolutely wonderful and heavenly. I mean, whoever work or create like an animal sanctuary is, for me, is an angel, is a saint, they are the mystics of the world. They actually do what should be done to help innocent beings. Um, and yeah, and I'm very proud of them. All of them who create those sanctuaries to help the animals. Um, and yes, often those animal sanctuaries they are vegans, or they are less vegetarians, but they really should be vegans. But many of them are, which is normal because there is compassion towards all. So animal sanctuaries are amazing. And then other way we can help is like send mails, messages to all those that we know to spread again compassion to also to our governments, political powers, that they change, that they promote plant-based food instead of trying to limit it. Always, I mean, often or always, I don't know, when we hear about politics coming in, a lot of time is from lobbying of the animal agriculture that tries to silence um, all those promoting a vegan lifestyle or a plant-based, because it's like it's a serious threat to them. They will lose a lot of money if people go vegan, so they try to stop it. And sometimes, okay, they cannot stop it, they then they put out like a vegan burgers or plant-based burgers, not necessarily vegan, to try to um, to appeal to also the plant-based persons. And actually, that's a good thing, of course. For this, that's a positive move from even the animal chains that do that, food chains that had like plant-based or vegan burgers and whatnot to their menu, and to the restaurants also. Of course, that's positive. That's a good thing. At least it's moving in the right direction. And but yeah, it's still a lot of work to do. It's yeah, it will take a lot of time. I hope not too long between. I mean, until the world goes vegan. I hope it will be in this century. I think there was somebody who asked like ChatGPT a couple of years ago, and then he said that it would be like, I don't remember, 2080 or 90, that the world would be mostly vegan. And that's quite optimist. I mean, that's a good optimism. I like it. I think it has some chances if we all contribute and if we start all today. if we spread the words in our own little way, like Colin Patrick Goudreau beautifully said. Um, yeah, my contribution is very small, but I try what I try. Yeah. Um, if at least one person is influenced by everything that I do, I would view it as a big success. If just one person even considers going plant-based or vegan, I would be so happy. Um, but yeah, more than me, it's not only me, but more the animals who would be happy. I am what I believe is not important. So let's go to the enough talk. I talk too much. Usually I don't talk a lot. I am quite a reserved person who talks very little usually, except when I need to and when it is a positive thing to say and something I truly believe in, then I may talk a bit longer. Um, but yeah, usually I don't talk much. I keep silent. But in that aspect, I cannot keep silent. So yeah, I apologize if I sound a bit preachy. Um, I'm really not trying to be preachy, just trying to present the facts as they are and trying to present the truth as it is, no more, no less. And meditation and mindfulness also help with that. In meditation, we try to be calm, to be compassionate and kind. Meditation or spiritual practice is not only about meditation, not only about going to heaven, uh, avoiding hell. That's not really what spiritual practice is. It's not to be afraid of something or to want something or to desire something. It's not bad. I mean, it's not bad to desire to go to heaven and not to hell, of course. But this is just like a kind of beginner step, if I can say it that way. Just using some desires of something reward or desire of not having the pain. But it's all about our heart. It's all about kindness and compassion. We don't need to be afraid of hell or desire heaven. If we are kind and compassionate, we will always be in heaven. And heaven will be around us, to people around us. Whoever comes in our contact will be in heaven, and we will be in heaven. We will be heaven itself. I'm not saying that there aren't such different places or dimensions. That's all different topics, but that's not the goal. Really, of spiritual practice is to just be kind and compassionate. And yes, there is the the goal of self-realization, which is wonderful, to realize who we are really. But this also ties in with compassion and kindness, because when we see who we are from a self-realization point of view, who are we? What are we? We are awareness. We are awareness itself. We are compassion. We are kindness. We are light. We are divine light. We are divine music. Inner music, not outer music. We are something like energy, a ripple, vibrations. We are all of that deep inside of us, not in this body, but in our like other dimension that we need to awaken. So when we awaken truly in spirituality, we awaken this divine light, we remove the layers of dirt around our awareness, all the veils. It's like we often say that there are different veils around our soul, our awareness. Doesn't matter if one believes in soul or not. And we try to remove each layer one by one until we reach the center of it, the unmovable, beautiful, super powerful center. And ultimately, this center is part of the divine, is part of the ocean of the beloved. Um, this spark that is inside of us is part of the beloved, and this spark is pure, pure love, pure, true love, pure peace, kindness, joy, uh, pure awareness. So when we awaken this, then we start to see that everybody around us is basically the same as us, just that they do not really realize it yet. And we try to help people to remove the veils behind the illusion, in order for them to see who they really are. And one way that we can unpeel ourselves, or if I could say that way, is to increase compassion and kindness to all beings. That's one of the most important part of spirituality, I would say, even more than meditation, because it's really the basement of our practice. I mean, they can go together, like meditation and this, but really this is the core of the practice is kindness. If we are kindness ourselves, if our awareness is divine light and whatnot, then we need to show it. It needs to show in our way of being. We need to show in believing that we believe that all beings are basically one, that we are all one. We just play different roles in this world, and the animals too. They also play their roles, and they are also divine beings, not different than us. And they will evolve one day to become humans, if one believes in karma and reincarnations. So, yeah, so that's why we need to unpeel our consciousness, one could say, to all the veils of consciousness, to increase our natural kindness and compassion toward all beings. And again, being, following. I don't know if I really should say being a vegan. It's more following the vegan lifestyle. And being vegan just means following the vegan lifestyle. And the vegan lifestyle is all about kindness and compassion, which is our divine awareness already. So it's promoting this the unpeeling of the veils of behind our illusion. It helps us to wake up to reality. Until we do not wake up, we are kind of blind to many things. We do not see clearly, if I could say it that way. We are sleeping, basically, and we need to wake up. We sleep and we live in a kind of illusion. So it's like the Buddha. What does Buddha means? It means the awakened one. And so somebody who is awake, somebody who sees clearly, who is no longer in the illusion of the, dream world. Yeah, it's like a different topic, but that's the idea. It's like we awaken to reality. We see reality as it is, and it's no more veiled. And so I think I talked a bit too much as usual. So let's continue. So what did we do? We did prayer, and now we do our gratefulness practice. So we will do just a couple of minutes where we are grateful to everything, every being around us, material and non-material, to all the beings that help us live well. Um, Everybody who built the house we live in, or the bed, or weaved the clothes that we wear, um, our families, our teachers. So much to be grateful for. Um, I know I said it already before, but again, gratefulness is the mother of all virtues. So we need to be grateful all the time to everyone, to say thank you. Thank you is a wonderful word. It's one of the most beautiful words in our vocabulary, um, and it brings also humility, humbleness. That thank you to our teachers for teaching us. We could not have done it without them. So they helped us see something in us, or to learn a new skill, whatever it may be. Can be musical instrument, to sing, to learn to paint, to draw, etc. So yeah, let's do that. So we'll do that for about 9 minutes. So let's continue. Um, so after this, after the prayer, after the gratefulness, then we go for the relaxation part of the practice. So, like before, we will do the 31 points of relaxation. This we will do until the 10th session at least. So, yeah, I don't know if you remember the 41 points. Again, I don't know. I'm not sure who is listening or when. But we will do it together. So 41 points is just focusing on different points on the body. They are considered energetic points, good points to focus upon, and then they are very relaxing. And they are also, one should really focus it like a meditation, basically. So when one focus on one points, one should be fully aware of it, and one should try to really be very, very much focused, one pointed focus, and not to jump to the thoughts. So if the one stop to focus on one point, then the thoughts will easily come. But the thoughts can come, of course, but we should not rather follow them as much as possible. If we do follow them, then just gently return to the practice. So let's do this together. So again, one can do it either sitting down or lying down. If you are sitting, sitting up, if you're sitting up, then just try to be with head, neck, and trunk aligned and somewhat straight. Not too straight, not like a road, but really quite natural. So first take a couple of deep breaths, like inhale deeply and exhale. Now let's start. Bring your entire awareness to the space between the eyebrows, to the pit of the throat, the right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, tip of the right thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, pit of the throat, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, tip of the left thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. back the left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, pit of the throat, the middle of the chest, the right chest, the middle of the chest, the left chest, and back to the middle of the chest. And just relax. Try to scan your body for any tension points. Often the shoulders are tensed, so try to relax them many times. Relax your eyes and your face and your abdomen. Just relax. And open your eyes. So that was the 31 points of relaxations, also called Shavyatra. It's a very good practice that one can do lying down or sitting up to relax. Possibly, usually it is done rather lying down, but depends on the occasion. And if you can do it lying down, then you can do it. It would be very very calming and relaxing. Okay, so next, what is next? You tell me. What comes after the physical exercise and then relaxation? And then we have pranayama. So pranayama, we will do a couple of practices, like very simple ones, that we should start with. Just linked to awareness of the body and the breath. And this one will be done in a controlled way. That means we do think about the breath in and out, a couple of seconds out or in. So first we'll do like the X breathing. So breathing in for X seconds and out X seconds. So we will do 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. If that's too much, please do less. So like 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out. You don't have to, you can count for maybe 2 or 3 times and then stop counting and just breathe in and out. Like as you think that is more or less the good timing. So you don't always focus on the numbers, on the counting. But we should focus on making it very smooth, making it silent as much as possible, reducing the like not the retention, no stopping in between inhalation, exhalation, exhalation, inhalation. Just make it very smooth and diaphragmatic, very important. That means the belly should be completely relaxed and not the shoulder should not be up. That's quite important, really super relaxed, because meditation needs to be done in a relaxed way. That's one of the main aspect of meditation. It should be done in a relaxed way. So let's do that. So just 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out, and for a couple of minutes, not too many, just 3, 4 minutes. So let's do it now. Yeah, so let's do the next exercise, which is x to x. So inhale for x seconds, exhale for 2x seconds. So we will do it for now, like inhale 2 seconds and exhale 4 seconds, about. Yeah, so let's do that. So this was like a short, just a bit of brief awareness. Um, yeah. So before we continue, maybe let's make like a 5 minutes break. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay, so let's continue. So let's do the Nadishodanam now, the alternate nostril breathing, so Anuloma Viloma. Like the previous days, we will do the is called the first pattern of Anuloma Viloma, and we do 3 rounds of it. So the idea is, I'll just say it again. So we always start with the exhale and we end with the inhale, and the pattern is let's say exhale from one side. So let's say we start with exhaling from the left. So exhale left, inhale right, exhale left, inhale right, exhale left, inhale right, exhale right, inhale left, exhale right, inhale left, exhale right, inhale left. That is 1 round. And then the second round would be from the other nostril that we started it. But the same thing, same idea. So let's do this. So usually we use the Vishnu Mudra. So we bend the index and the middle finger, and then we use the ring finger and the thumb to block the nostrils. So inhale, exhale, inhale to start. Block right, exhale from left. Switch, inhale from right. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Exhale from right. Switch, inhale from left. Exhale, switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. And switch, inhale. Now we do it from the other side, the second round. So again, switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Exhale from left. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Now third round, switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. And switch, exhale. Inhale. Exhale from same. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. And switch, inhale. and let go. Notice if it has done anything to you. Like, do you feel more relaxed or more peaceful? Or if it has done nothing, just notice. And now we move to the next part, which is self dialogue. I already discussed it quite in length on the past sessions. But just it's always good to recount. So self dialogue is talking with ourselves in a constructive and positive way. The idea is to let the mind talk, because our mind loves to talk. So why not just let him or her talk in a positive way? It's like a friendly discussion with someone. Um, we can have a discussion with someone and being like angry and not a very productive discussion. Or we can have a very positive and lovely and enjoyable discussion. So when we do self dialogue, we always want to have a positive, healthy discussion with ourselves, and then we try to discuss it in different ways. One is prayer. Again, we can pray. We can have gratitude talk like we did previously. We can have higher truths talk like who am I. We can have self-counseling like what do I want or how do I feel. Um, but yeah, what do I want is a very good talk, which very healthy talk to know what we really want in general, to make it crystal clear what we want. And then and we can also have like just a friendly conversation with the mind on any subject. So yeah, so let's have that inner discussion. So we will have about 15 minutes of self dialogue. You can rub your hands, get some heat, and put on your eyes. Slowly move away and open your eyes. Okay, so that was our self-dialogue part of the practice. It's always a good idea to do some self-dialogue before meditation. It can be just a couple of minutes or longer. And if one really doesn't feel like meditating, then one can do self-dialogue the entire time. But that's only exceptional. So it's not like all the time to replace meditation. It's just if you don't feel like meditating, then we could replace it for once with a self-dialogue full time. So let's move to the meditation part. So we're going to do again the Kayashteriam meditation to start with. We just mean that we try to be as still as possible without moving as much as possible. And yes, I'm going to guide a short body scan. And at the end of it, just watch again the breath and try to, in the beginning, just count the breath. So it's like when we inhale 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go back to 1 and so on. Or use like when you inhale in and when you exhale out. So when you inhale, you think in, and when you exhale, you think out. But again, this is completely passive, so we don't actually breathe in like by ourselves, like we want to breathe in. It's like natural. Just let the breath come in and come out without modifying it in any way. And yeah, once like maybe we finish the counting, then we watch the breath at the opening of the nostrils. And you may feel it a bit elsewhere. For example, you may feel it on the upper lip. If that's what you feel most, then use that as an anchor. And yes, or you can also feel the when you breathe in, there's cold air. When you breathe out, it's hot air. So if you really focus, then you will feel the cold and the hot, and this could be also the anchor. So basically, you choose the anchor that feels best for you. And if at some time you completely don't feel anything, then you can just breathe in and out forcefully, maybe once or twice, so that you feel where do you feel the most, and then you go back to normal. So yes, so let's do that for. But this is going to be 25 minutes. So today we'll do like a 2 times 25 minutes. And we'll do a break in between. So yeah, so just relax your legs, maybe stretch them out if they want to sleep. Find a comfortable position, hands in a comfortable way. No need for mudras unless you're really used to it and you want it. Yeah, and use whatever props you need to make it comfortable. So you can put cushions underneath your knees and legs. I would advise to always use a cushion to sit on so that you're a bit higher than on the floor. If need be, you can use a chair. That's perfectly fine. Or even on the border of your bed. Yeah, so let's go. So take a comfortable position, head, neck, and trunk aligned. Try to find a good position where you can stay for a relatively long time in stillness. If you really need to move at any point, don't hesitate to move. If you feel pain anywhere, then you can move. If you feel uncomfortable, then you can try to stay and just watch the uncomfort. And possibly it will just be reduced, or you will not notice it anymore. And yeah, every time one has a thought that comes, just return very gently to the breathing. But never like scold the brain or the mind. Always be friendly to the mind. Consider the mind one of your best all-time friends. Usually we are not angry with friends, very seldom. So we should be like that with our mind. So find a comfortable, stable position. Relax everything. Do a body scan. Any place on your body that has tension, just let go. Imagine yourself as a tree, then the branches going down to the center of the earth. And you are like the trunk. The back is like the trunk. And then the ends are like, and the arms are like branches of the tree. So trees are very stable, very powerful, but they are flexible. They may sway a little bit from time to time if there's a big wind. So let's be like trees. Bring your awareness to the right leg, to the right foot, relax it, to the right lower leg, right knee, right upper leg, right hip. Completely relax the right leg. Relax your left hip, left upper leg, knee, lower leg, and foot. Be completely relaxed. The entire left leg is completely relaxed. Relax both of your legs together. Relax your lower back, middle back, and upper back. Relax your navel, abdomen, chest. Relax your shoulders and shoulder blades. Relax your right hand, each finger. Relax your right lower arm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. Just relax. Relax your entire right arm. Relax your left shoulder, left upper arm, elbow, and lower arm. Relax your left hand and fingers, the entire left arm together, both arms together. Relax your throat and your neck, back of the head, top of the head, forehead. Relax your eyebrows, eyes, nose, nostrils, your ears. Relax the inside of your ears, your mouth, tongue. Relax your jaw and chin. Relax your entire face, entire head, and finally your entire body. Feel completely relaxed. No tension anywhere. Shoulder relaxed, abdomen relaxed, face relaxed. Feel like a tree. And now start watching the breath without controlling it. Initially count the breaths or think in and out when you inhale and exhale, just to give the mind something to focus upon. Once you feel stable, just watch the breath and the sensations of the air at the entrance of the nostrils, or the cold and hot air coming in and out, or the air on the upper lip. Now we'll do it silently for about 20 minutes. So um, let's take a 5 minutes break, and then we will do our last meditation session. Okay, so let's have our last meditation of the morning. Um, well, this one will be um, similar to the last one, but this time you will do it. So I will not guide it. Um, Try to do something similar to what I guided you in the previous one. So if you remember, it just the idea is kaya steria, so we don't move as much as possible, and we do like a body scan. Um, a good way is going from the feet to the top of the head, to the top of the body, and just relaxing each part of the body. Doesn't need to be perfect. There's no like a formula. Just do it naturally, um, logically. And any place that you feel tension, then just relax that part simply. Especially the shoulders, shoulder blades, abdomen, face, eyes. Those are some parts which are really tense very often, and the jaw. So let's do that for again 25 minutes about. So yeah, so this concludes our meditation for today. So just as a summary, what we saw today, um, we saw that the vegan lifestyle is also has the component of social justice or injustice, which is very, very strong. Um, like most farms, I mean, many farms are in the poor area. And so the communities cannot really fight back when from all the issues that are related to that, like the smell and the toxicity and the water pollution and whatnot. So they get sick, and that's not right. Plus, all the workers in the slaughterhouses are don't really want to be there. It's one of the most dangerous job in the world, um, and yeah, it's filled with violence. um, and who wants to be part of it? But they sorry, they have no choice, unfortunately, for any number of reasons. So yeah, they suffer a lot, and all the communities around the slaughterhouse also suffer a lot because it brings a lot of violence around the community, around the slaughterhouse, in the community. Um, so yeah, so that's a big issue, and yeah, and the fact is that we don't think about it when we eat meat or any other animal products, but we support it with our money. So the question is, what really do we want to do with our money? Do we really want to support those industries, or do we want to support the compassionate kind, plant-based industries, which unfortunately don't think they receive any government money, contrary to the animal agriculture, which receive tons of it. That could be seen as another injustice. Um, I hope the world will wake up soon, sooner than later, to make this world heaven to all living beings. Until the animals are treated fairly and well, um, this world will have issues, because we cannot separate the animals from the earth, from the planet, from Gaia. If we want to have heaven on earth, it is heaven for all living beings, not only for humans. That is just not possible. So if we really want and proclaim that we want heaven on earth and we don't want any war and we want peace, then we must take this into account, and one of the best way is going vegan. There's no way around it. No matter how much one turns one's thoughts and wishes to escape this idea, some people, some don't want to hear about it, but there's no other way. And it's a good way, it's a compassionate way, it's a kind way, just habit to eat meat. We don't need to. We don't need to eat eggs, meat, fish, dairy, cheese. And nowadays there are some wonderful alternatives that taste just like the animal's version of it. So now there's really no reason. There was never any reason anytime. But nowadays it's so easy to switch. Um, just one needs to maybe do some research about the vegan lifestyle. Maybe if anything like any supplement that one could or should take, and that's also very easy. Many foods are fortified with different vitamins and minerals and whatnot that we require. That doesn't come really from animals, but it's because animals eat soil or they are injected with like vitamin B12 nowadays. Um, so that we get it from this, but we can get it naturally from plant-based sources or supplements very easily. Just one needs to have some courage to start it and to get educated on it. That's why watching documentaries is wonderful, and some of them are amazing. The one that I propose to watch today is Cowspiracy. That is possibly one of the first. I'm not documentary that is really was talking about some of those things, and it is one of the best. Many people went plant-based just by watching that documentary, and it is documentary for everybody. Everybody can watch it. It's really well made, and it's so interesting. So yes, so that is the recommendation for today, and also the challenge for today is just to reflect on what we have seen until now. So we have seen, I think, five lives with five presentations, five different aspects of a vegan or a plant-based diet lifestyle. So just reflect on it. What do you think? Does it make sense if you're not yet vegan, or even if you are vegetarians and the dairy is terrible industry also, and it's very much linked to the meat. So if you're vegetarian, that's good. That's wonderful. That's a step in the right direction. But maybe to look a bit further about the dairy, what dairy is really all about. Do we really need dairy? No, we don't. We are the only species that drinks milk from another species. Only babies basically need milk, and human babies they require humans' milk. Not plant-based milk, just babies need human milk, but they also don't need cow's milk. So cow's milk is for the cow's babies, and horse milk is for horse babies, and so on. So every species at least the mammals, has its specific milk formula, specially made by nature for over millions of years, for the babies of that species. Yeah, so I think we'll stop here. So thank you very much if you've watched. Even just part of it. Thank you for being here and for having compassionate hearts, for having reflecting on what we have talked about. And I wish you a wonderful day. And if you are sleepy, please go to sleep. And yeah, see you tomorrow if you come. So thank you and bye bye.